surprises.
And you know what,
We've
Tony?
also
I don't
seen this
want to
thing
know.
with
Like, I don't want to know.
me.
Like, that's part, like, especially with these big shows that are coming up, these, Chicago, New Jersey, New York. If you do have surprises in store, as a fan, I don't want to know because I want to be in the moment. I want to jump out of my seat like I did when Malachi Black debuted a couple of weeks ago. I think fans want that. I know that people love to talk about the rumors and it almost seems like they want to know. But Tony, as fans, I don't think we want to. We want that element of surprise.
Well, absolutely. And there's been a lot of false rumors out there. That's the other thing is there's people chasing these things and trying to connect the dots. And I know a lot of the stuff that's been reported in the last week has been totally false. Like there's this website, Body Slam, for example. I saw them put a report out that myself and all the EVPs had traveled this past weekend, and it was total BS. Like none of us were even in the same state. I mean, Matt and Nick were in the same state in California. But, Matt and Nick were in California, Cody was in Georgia, Kenny and I were in Florida, and I had gone to the Paige Van Zandt fight, and I was still down in Florida, and I saw this report that I had been traveling this weekend, and we had all had a secret meeting, and it was total fiction. They tracked my family plane. It was my parents on the plane. And then the guy claimed, I know which tail number's yours and which one's your parents. He was total fiction. And this guy had gotten totally bamboozled by a fake source, and it was embarrassing. And there's been a lot of fake reporting like that of this, these last couple of weeks of things that just never happened. But, I unfortunately, there's so many erroneous reports, you don't get a time to stamp them all out. But I agree with you, Dave. People are so anxious to be the one to break a surprise or break some news that they'll go out and report stuff that's totally wrong. And, in this case, that's one of the reasons why with a lot of this stuff, I've tried to keep it close to the vest. Even Chavo, which, isn't the all-time biggest surprise in Dynamite history, but was a big moment that got a big pop. Mm-hmm. That was something where, I had thought about it over the weekend and really believed he would add a lot to the presentation. And on a whim, I called him and Andrade a few days before Chavo showed up and put him in contact. And I really thought this would make a lot of sense for us because, look, I listen to the fan feedback. I follow the fan reactions, and I think the fans want Andrade El Idolo to be a huge part of AEW. He has everything it takes. His presentation has been excellent, and I felt like there was just one small aspect people were still looking for, and Chavo can add so much to the presentation. I had seen him on an indie show recently, and he looked great. He was in great shape. He takes bumps still. He's very useful, and he'll add a lot of utility and a lot of value to the presentation of Andrade El Idolo.